Hey guys, welcome to Bar Z. My name's Stan, and today we've got just kind of a mixed bag. We've got a fellow YouTuber sending some stuff for the bash, little giveaways and gift bag type things. So we've got those, pretty cool. We've got you probably can't see it in the camera, but there's another one of those Vera Roll machines, which is a gear metrology device. You know, after you do something on the internet and stick it out there, you know, we worked on that Vera Roll tool block with the V-groove, and you know, someone sees that and they say, well, gee, Stan's the guy to go to for these now. So I've got another one here in the shop, kind of interesting. And then I've got a tool purchase that I made, and Phil picked it up for me over in the Phoenix area, and we're going to look at it. I'm not expecting a lot because I didn't pay a lot. But it's something I've needed for a long time and something I've struggled with, you know. But we'll take a look at it. It's a Herrig. I'll give you the brand name. It's a Herrig. So that ought to wake you up a little bit. All right, let's pull you in a little closer. Take a look at some of this stuff. Well, first of all, we got some stuff from Mr. Harold Waters over out at the Amateur Redneck Workshop, which includes stickers. You know, he's got channel stickers there. And he sent me a bunch of them, so we've got enough to put some in everybody's gift bag. And he just wrote me a quick note: giveaway stuff for the bash. And we've got a bag of stuff here. There's quite a few of these. I think every gift bag might get two. These are a Robertson drive. You guys in Canada are going to recognize that. Will it focus on that? There we go. But on the box it actually said that these are genuine Robertson inserts. So it's a spindle drive, probably 4 inches long. For all you electricians out there, these are that is a screw tip of choice. That's gonna take care of a lot of things. And if you intentionally buy, you know, tech screws or drive screws or things to mount your boxes, you can do a lot of your electrical work with just Robertson if you plan your work correctly and buy the proper types of screws. You know, the Canadians got it going on. Those things don't slip. The Robertsons are awesome. So we got a nice big bag of those. And we got some drill bits. I don't have a lot of these. These are, what the heck are those? 732. Okay, so we got some brand new 732. Looks like new old stock in a bag. So Harold, thank you very much for sending that stuff over. This is all gonna go in gift bags, and I'll make sure I include a sticker in every gift bag so everybody knows where they came from. Pretty awesome. Thanks, Harold. Next up, we've got what you guys probably recognize as a Vera Roll. It's a variant of what I worked on before. The last one I had actually had a kind of a tower. If you remember, it had two V's opposing each other. One held the center and the other one held the tower. This one just holds a couple of pins or a couple of centers in this V-groove and this V-groove, and they're out of alignment. So I don't know whether they're putting centers in them or dowel pins or what they're doing, or maybe like gauge pins. They drop one gear on another one, and then you've got the indicator slider over here. So the only information I have is that it's out of alignment, and it's got, you know, the adjustment just like the other one. You can lock it here. That locks your slider, and get your, you know, you got a release mechanism here to you know, pull your gears out and change them on your test gear. So it looks like a good little tester, and it's the same company that we had before, Vera Roll, and it's got the preload and all that stuff on it. So these tool blocks need attention. So I don't know if I'll video it or not. It might, if it's something interesting, yes. If I'm repeating content, I try not to do that. It'd be silly just to do the same old video all over again. But we're going to take these two tool blocks and see if we can straighten them out. A lot of times, you know, you guys, you have tooling that you get on eBay or auction or whatever. It should always be checked out. You can get some really good bargains on tooling at the auctions or whatever, but never, when it first comes into your shop, never ever trust it until it's been checked out thoroughly, measured, and it has proven itself trustworthy before you start working on customers' parts. Or you can damage things by giving them a bad grind or getting something out of alignment or whatever. But always check over your used tooling purchase very, very carefully. And my next little segment, I'm going to show you another tool that I bought, and it probably needs some attention too. Okay, next up is, well, I'll put this kind of in the back and I'll bring the tool out front. Nice box, right? And I already spilled the beans that this is Herrig. So what we have here is something Phil picked up for me over in Phoenix. And there's quite a bit of paperwork. It was marked Richard's Tools. So Richard actually, I think he's a retired tool maker. This is a very well used grind awl number 1. You can just see where all the coating has been worn off the backside here, just from Richard's hands being on this thing time after time. And this is the adjustable V-block setup. It's got kind of a rack and pinion. There's a little pinion screw in the side that runs a V-block up and down so you can adjust your vertical alignment. We can see we've got a couple of crashes here. So, and the V-groove looks really scored. So I'm not expecting a whole lot. Didn't pay a lot, so I'm not thinking it's going to be a 100% tool. I'm thinking it's going to require some work on my part. Hopefully, very little. It operates smoothly, feels nice. It came with 2 sets of clamps and the stops. You got a pin you can shoot out here. And you can install a stop left and right of that pin, and the instructions give you angular indexing and things like that you can do with it. So, and Richard kept all those parts. We've got 2 stops here. That stop is just a rough stop. One of these stops has got a hardened and it's got 2 hardened and ground. It's got hardened and ground spaces there where it bumps into the pin. And then you use a gauge block stack between the pin and that stop to get half measurements. If you were to bring this around and put it in an indexing hole and say I want to go to the next hole, or I want to go in between the next hole by a certain amount of degrees, there's a chart in the book where you put a gauge block stack in between there and run your stop up tight against those gauge blocks. It's got hole degrees, and then it's got it down to the minutes of measurement accurately. So, and you can calculate your gauge block stack and move it around to a half increment, out of the masking plate, and get that pretty accurate measurement. Alright, and it's got 2 of the Herrig, genuine Herrig clamps that fit over there and there. This one's been ground. I don't know why it's been ground, but it's been ground. That's a very tight fit on there. And also, what I had bought, this didn't come with it, but this is something I had bought a long time ago, anticipating this. I've always wanted a Herrig number 1. It's a set of Wee blocks. I believe those are by Herrig as well. And what these are, there's a ground V block there. And it's got a little mini V block up front. I don't know if you can even see that. It's got a little mini V block up front, and it's got a bunch of little tiny inserts, and there's 2 different flavors there in little miniature hold downs. So if you're doing like little gauge pins or something like that, this would just simply plug into that right there and give you a little snout with a little tiny place to drop something in. Now, like I said, I didn't give a lot of money for this thing, and so I'm not expecting a lot. And from the looks of it, it looks like it needs, from the looks of that V block, it's pretty beat up. And the thing about these is we've got adjustability right now in the vertical axis. You know, we can adjust that rack and pinion up and down, but you got nothing side to side. So if you get bad measurements here, and then if you flip 180 here, if you're not getting a equal by equal measurement, this thing is worthless. You'd have to do shimming and all that, and I don't want to have to go through that. I want an accurate tool. And you know, Herrig's big thing is you know, accurate to tenths, you know, accurate to 1/10 of an inch. All their stuff is ground to 1/10. So we're going to see if it needs it, first of all, and then if it does need it, we're going to try to make some improvements. And this is a good example of used tooling that you can get economically, and with a little bit of effort on your part, you can clean them up and make them workable. All right. And I mean, he had something going on here. It looks like some 1032s on the face. There's a 4-bolt pattern out here. Not sure what those are for. He possibly had another attachment. Didn't come with it. What it did come with was a diamond dresser. And with this, you could, it doesn't have a diamond right now, but you drop a diamond in there. And then this drops into the V-block. And clamp it down, obviously. And now you got a radius dresser for your surface grinder. Not that I need it, you know. I've already got the Yuasa, so I don't really need this, but kind of a nice attachment. And I believe that's a Herrig unit. There's no name on this thing anywhere, but I do believe that is a genuine Herrig accessory. All right, either that, or you know, maybe our friend Richard made that. Who knows? He appears to be a tool maker. He had an awful lot of stuff for sale. All right, so that's all the news that is news. You know, I'm preparing for Bash. I've got a little bit of work in the shop to do. I need to get this fixed up. I've got a job coming in where I've got some centers, some hard centers that need to be reground. So and he wants them very accurate. So I need to get this very accurate so I can get his centers very accurate. So this needs to be checked out. That other Vera Roll belongs to Andrew Prestridge, and those tool blocks need some work. So there's a little bit of work to do around the shop here, and hopefully I can get all this done before Bash. And then the job's still coming in for these centers. After this tool is trustworthy, we can do centers quick and easy. But until then, we're going to be fighting them with shims and everything else. So I'm not looking to fight my tools. I want to set up quick and get the work done quickly. Alrighty. That's all the news that is news. Thanks for watching. This is your Saturday morning video. Good luck finding a Herrig #1 on eBay. If it's cheap, there's a reason it's cheap. If it's expensive, there's a reason it's expensive. These are a tough buy. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend.